Hello again YouTube, Mad Dog here, welcome back to my channel. This video I'm just going to show you a quick look round a little mess tin, ex-military mess tin, which in my opinion for the price point is well worth getting, so stay tuned and we'll have a look round that. Okay, what I'm going to show you today is the WZ2331. So let me pan you around here a little ways. You don't want to be looking at my ugly mug through all this. So this is the mess tin, the mess kit. It's a Polish made ex-military mess kit. It was made for the Polish army and for the German army. Now it's a two-part kit. There's nothing flash or fancy about this, but I'll show you the two parts. You've got a small frying pan there, kidney bean frying pan. It is aluminium. The whole kit weighs in at about 500 grams, you know, when it's built together, so it's not massively heavy. It is heavy duty aluminium. It is made to last. That's one of the reasons I'm showing you guys and lasses this, and the price point, which I'll get to later on. I'll try and give you a few facts and figures as it were as we go along. So the actual cook pot got a good strong bail handle here, which I'll just cut to in a minute because you know it is age related. The cook pot itself will carry just under 1.5 litres of water. 1 litre of water is more than sufficient for it to boil, you know, without it splishing about everywhere. The frying pan, you're looking at around 5 to 600 millilitres, so half a litre, just over 2 cups in equivalent that will go into that before it's overspilling or not practical to use. The main bowl, like I say, you know, that equates to around 6 cups, somewhere around there, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of its capacity. Age wise, on the top here, this might not pick up in my poor lighting, but there is some stamped information. And my particular kit is 1968. Now the WZ2331 was reissued as the WZ70, obviously in 1970, and there's a couple of differences that after 1970 they introduced into this. So I'll just quickly run through that. So mine being pre-1970, the actual main bowl pot is quite a bit taller and the frying pan is quite a bit shorter. If you have the two stood by side by side, they're both the same height, it's just the proportions of split that is different. So what they thought was, in the 1970s, they thought they'd give the troops a deeper frying pan and a shallower cook pot. Me personally, I prefer it this way around because for what I use this for, you know, if I'm going to preheat a MRE meal, I want to be able to chuck that bag of food in my boiling water and it not fall out, tipple over. So I like the taller pot, the bush pot, and I like a shallower frying pan because if I'm going to do a coffee or something, the water will come to a boil quicker because I've got less in there. It's easier to manage. For me, I prefer that ratio. The post 1970s version of this, like I said, the pot is shorter and the frying pan is deeper. There are a couple of other subtle differences as well, just to let you guys and lasses know that if you pick any of these up from a flea market etc and the stamping isn't very clear for the date, just a couple of little things to look out for. So you'll notice on mine the bail handle has been spot welded together, and the the bracket which is riveted on is a one-piece, well made, nicely made piece of kit. On the later models, the spot weld on the bail handle was missing, and the riveted bracket was just a simple folded over design, less intricate. So you see these markings here. I think that denominates, if I remember rightly, half a litre, and is it 1.25 litres? I can't remember now, I'll have to check that, but they are measurement markings. So it's a good old sturdy aluminium pot. The bail handle folds right the way down, one direction. The other way around, it bottoms out. So that's the side you would put into your fire or on your coals, so that the handle's still accessible for you to lift your pot out. What else can I tell you about it? So this little design on the handle for the frying pan, it's got this little lip here which also acts as a lock mechanism, but we've all seen photographs of these like that, so you might ask yourself, what the hell's that for? You know, where does that come in useful at a campsite? Well, to be honest, it doesn't. This was designed so that a troop can walk the chow line, you know, the food ration line, where you've been slopped out your food single-handedly, so you can get your ladle if you're doing it self-service, or if the catering staff are slopping you out, slop, turn around, slop, move on, slop, turn around, and so on. So that's basically for the chow line. So, you know, that's what that was designed for. What else can I tell you about it? There isn't much more really other than the price. So I got this kit. As you can see, it looks like it's been repainted. I have had one of these before, and I made the mistake of loaning it to somebody and never seen it again, a long time ago. The price point, I paid £5 for this off eBay. It all clicks together nicely. Just as a footnote, these little brackets here, the tongue here, and the what looks like a bayonet fitting there, they are actually for straps that used to go through, over and around to the front there to hold all this lot together. £5 for the lot, and it's a good heavy duty durable bit of kit. I would highly recommend getting one of these. If you get a pre-war one of these, they will be made out of steel which has been coated in tin. If you do find one of those, look after it, don't use it, because they're very collectible, very desirable within the military collectors market. This one, I ain't got no problem in using this one. They do actually take better to a meths, you know, an alcohol or gas stove rather than a wood burning stove. You know, it just keeps them cleaner, but what the hell, I'm going to use mine over my fire pit like I always do. So this will get sooty and used very soon. But another little footnote before I sign off. This handle, when you get these are sometimes loose and slack and they don't hold the kit together. So if you get yourself a pair of pliers, just tweak that over somewhat, and if you've got one, a pin punch, and just tap down that centre groove just to give the crimping a little bit more of a bite, you're good to go. That'll give it a nice tight fitting again. So it clicks shut nicely basically. So nice little canteen kit. I will be using this soon on my fire pit. So I'll sign off for now. Like I say, I do recommend them. Good little bit of kit. Let me move you up here a little way, sorry about that for being rude, but that's the old Polish German WZ 2331. And get yourself about 30 of them. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Take care out there. Till next time, which won't be long. Mad Dog signing off. Yeah.